All right, you have to see this. Every once in a while, some footage leaks out from a lab that just completely shatters what you thought was possible. It's grainy, it's definitely unofficial, but what it shows, wow. It just blurs that line between human and machine in a way that's, well, it's both a little terrifying and absolutely mind-blowing.
So let's be clear. What you're looking at isn't science fiction. This isn't some Hollywood special effect. This is a camera capturing a real event. A person using nothing more than a thought, commanding a bionic hand to completely obliterate a solid brick. We've moved way beyond just advanced prosthetics here. This is a whole new ballgame.
Okay, so let's break down what we actually saw, because it's so much more than just a party trick. The destruction of that one brick, it isn't really about the raw power. It represents a massive, massive leap forward in how we connect our minds directly to machines.
See, the real breakthrough here isn't just about building a strong robot hand. I mean, we've had powerful robots for decades, right? The revolution is in the connection. It's the raw, direct conversion of a person's intention into overwhelming physical power. The user didn't flip a switch, they didn't push a button, they just thought about crushing that brick, and poof, it happened.
So that brings us to the really cool part, the technology that makes all this possible. I mean, how exactly does a thought, just an intangible little flicker of electricity in your brain, get translated into actual brick-crushing mechanical force? Let's get into it.
The magic, and it really does feel like magic, happens right here. It's called a neural interface. The best way to think about it is as the ultimate translator. It uses tiny sensors to listen in on the electrical signals our nerves send out when we even think about moving a muscle. This interface hears that natural biological language and in real time translates it into digital code that the bionic arm can actually understand.
So let's trace that signal from start to finish. It all begins with a simple intention, right? Crush. Instantly, the brain fires the same electrical signals down your nerves that would have controlled a biological hand. But here's the absolute game changer. A really sophisticated AI algorithm intercepts those signals. It's been trained on thousands and thousands of muscle patterns to instantly recognize the unique electrical signature for close hand, grip tighter, and apply maximum force. All of this happens in a fraction of a second.
And what's just so incredible is that this isn't some clunky, laggy process. The AI is so fast and so good at interpreting these signals that, for the user, it doesn't even feel like a translation is happening. They just think, and the hand moves. The line between yourself and the tool it begins to dissolve. The machine starts to feel like a true extension of your own body.
But, and there's always a but with technology this powerful, right? The second we prove something like this is possible, we immediately have to ask ourselves, is this wise? This kind of breakthrough pushes us into some really complicated, really murky ethical territory. We're standing on the edge of creating what people are starting to call a bionic divide. I mean, look at this. On one side, you have the natural limits of a human body, our strength, our speed, and on the other, you have bionic potential that can just blow past them. We're not just talking about replacing a lost limb anymore. We're talking about creating one that's stronger, faster, and way more durable. It never gets tired, and you can repair it or even upgrade it.
And this leads us to the fundamental question, doesn't it? Where does therapy stop and enhancement begin? You know, restoring a person's ability to pick up a cup of coffee, that's one thing. We can all get behind that. But giving them the ability to crush that cup, the table it's on, and the floor underneath it, that is something else entirely. And of course, that's the million-dollar follow-up, isn't it? Who gets to make that call? Is it a decision for doctors? For the engineers building this stuff? For governments? I mean, when we literally have the power to create superhuman abilities, who gets to be the gatekeeper? These are not theoretical questions for the future anymore. They are urgent right now.
You know, these ethical dilemmas are really just one piece of the puzzle. Beyond just asking what's right and wrong, we are facing a profound redefinition of what it even means to be human in the first place.
No, really, think about that for a second. Our entire concept of who we are is rooted in our physical bodies, right? Our strengths, our vulnerabilities, our limits. When you start replacing and upgrading parts of that body with something that is fundamentally not biological, it forces you to confront what actually defines us. The brain itself has to learn how to control a new material, to feel with electronic sensors instead of nerves.
And that's really the thought I want to leave you with. That leaked video of a brick turning into dust, it wasn't just a cool demo of raw power. It was a peek into a future where the boundary between our own minds and the machines we create is becoming, well, almost impossible to see. And that's a future we need to start talking about right now.